All right, guys. Let's do some more fun stuff and move forward in our journey. So today we're gonna be talking about like how to like screen a file and get inside a file and look for like specific information that you want in the data. So we're gonna use like couple of commands that can help us do that. For that, let me first copy this file that is located into var log audit uh, audit. I want to make a copy of that file just right here where I am. So if I do AL, I have that file. And let me open that file, cat audit. Here I have a bunch of crappy stuff here. Like this thing doesn't mean like nothing. I'm only looking at a bunch of stuff. It's pretty much it's difficult to read. Like I don't know even what it is. And I can open this file by line. I know that if I use the command cat that b on the audit like this, it's gonna show me like this file have like a 100 line, you know. So I have a 100 line that is in this file. But it's and you can see like this line is pretty long. It starts here from type and it's end all the way down here with the onset. So it's kind of difficult to read. But if I say to myself, oh, I want to, let me find all the line that only has the word user, right? I'm only want to look for the word user. So what command should I use? I'll use a command that is called grep. Grep, and I will say I'm looking for the word user. And where am I looking that word user inside the file audit? And in this case, it's going to give me something back. It's kind of not too clear. But look at here, this is where I tap my command. And from where I tap my command, if you pay attention, I only have maybe like 2 lines. And it's this two, I have 3 lines actually. And you see here, it's only showing me only the line that has the word user in there. So this is, like we are using the grep command to find a matching pattern. So the matching pattern here that I was using was the word user. And mind you, I tap user in small character. So it's only giving me the user in small character. If I want it to be like case sensitive, we always know that we can do our command or help. So dash I would mean that case sensitive. So doesn't matter if the word user is in big character or if it's a small character, just give me the output, you know. So in this case, like when I press enter, you see like now it has found where we see the user with big character also, and it probably also give me the user in small character like right here, uh, for example. So grep is like a kind of good command that you're going to see a lot. Like you see the grep command a lot to help you find pattern and help you have a better and easier visibility depending on what you are looking for in the command. In another case, like maybe for example, you can find say like all the users that have your information, how many line are they, you know, and I know I can use my C command on it. The C is just going to tell me that he has found like 25 line that has the word user on it. Or either if I remove the dash I and I press enter and it's going to tell me he has found 3 line that has the word user in small character. So it's kind of depend on how you want to use it and what you are looking for. But grep command is a very big command that you're going to see a lot and in a lot of places. Sometimes people are using it like this cat. I'm going to do edit and then type uh, grep, and now I'm going to look at I'm looking for the word user at this point. It's gonna work. It's gonna do the job, but that is not a professional way how to do it. You know, Like the best way to do it is to use, like especially if you're going to the file directory, you can just use grep to filter. You don't need an extra command before you pipe it out when grep can already do that. So I just wanted to point that out there. Like somebody gonna might be picking on you for doing this, but really it's not a big deal. It's gonna do the job, but this way make you kind of more professional on how to go about it. So the next command that we're gonna talk about is gonna be the um, awk command. And before even we do that, let me show you a little bit how the things are here in the file to make you have a better understanding. Right. So let's say when you are writing, like when we see that we have a lot of line, what happened is here you're gonna have one word, like maybe one, and then one. Um, let's write something. Let's say run equal number. I'm writing something, and here I'm gonna have two equal two number. So what happened is the machine, the arc command gonna look at stuff as a column. So this like this is gonna be the first column, and then this like this gonna be the second column, and then this is gonna be the third column. So every line as it goes is gonna be column, column, column. So that's the idea how the arc command. So like if I said maybe like arc line one, look for the like this pattern, for example, so it's going to find all the words that come to the first column, or it's going to find all the words that come to the second column. And it's kind of an easy way to, go with the up command and be familiar with this thing. So basically, using that same file, when I do awk, for example, and I say I want to look what I'm looking for, I'm putting and I say print, and give me all the first column, for example, $1, all the first column of, all the line that come from the audit file. And here, that's why it's only give me, these are only the first column where you see all here, like where you see Windows type and things, like it, you know, screen the file out, is make me just look for what I want. In the same way, I can say, just give me the second column, just two, and it's going to give me something else. And you see, like all this, like this, is going to be one word. The word go from one page to another page, right? When we do cut on audit like this, if we pay attention, for example, the first column was starting with type. Remember, it start with type and then it end up in like the first page. And then the second column, I'm gonna go from here onto where you see the paste, that's where it's going to add. And then the third column, I'm going to go from PI onto, 6. The I guess this one going to be the fourth. So let's try to go for the fourth. If we record that thing and we put just show me the fourth column, for example, and this is what it's going to give us. And in this line, probably there was nothing in there. That's why it didn't give us something backward. Don't know, we see like an empty line over there. So Arc is kind of a very powerful. Also, you can use Arc to do a lot of very, very big scripting. In fact, all the commands that we have been saying are very powerful. The more you get more in depth with them, the more you can do like crazy stuff like you won't even imagine. Arc by himself is a program language. Like if you become good at all, just all can learn your job. Like just this command is very powerful. And what we have done with it here, you get familiar with this. I'm telling you, it's not even 1% of what you can do with the up command. So powerful. So if maybe like for example, I want to print like two line, I would say up. And mind you, here we need to put the one quote because if you put the double quote, it's not gonna work. I can't really tell you why, but the double call is not going to work. Let's say I want to print, uh, I'm printing line 2 and also comma, I want also to print line 4, for example, of the file audit, you know, and you see like this error that is coming up as it's showing, it's probably due to that thing that we see, and let's try to remove it and see what we're going to get. And if I put a one period, I mean, one, I forgot the name about it. Here we get the answer, and we know that our second line, this is what we get from it onto this space, and here this is what else we're gonna get. So like like we can already see where we can go with what we have been doing so far. I can put my awk and my grep command together to kind of dim something uh, pretty fun here. I would say I just want to grep maybe everything everywhere that I'm going to see what 240. Just give me everything that's going to have just the 240 in there, and you only have like a pretty short line with kind of basic stuff. So like this is how you screen stuff down, and you go based on what you want, and make a word that more pretty easy to read and stuff like that. The next command that we're going to move to is going to be the set command. The set command is also a command that we use to screen and filter a file. Where let's say in this case, I'm going to show, for example, the last command that we type, this guy, this is what we get as an output. So what I want to say is everywhere when I see this MSG, I want to change that to something else. For that, I'm going to use the set command, and I will say set. I want you put my thing first. I want you to search everywhere that you're going to see MSG. Find that, and then I want you to change that to, I don't know, new message, for example. And I want you to do that globally, like everywhere that you're going to see, I want you to do that. And what file am I doing that on? I'm doing that on the file that is called audit, right? And uh, it's kind of creepy. I don't know where that one is going to be difficult to see, but an easy one, let's go with the word type, because we can see type pretty easily here anyway. I'm going to recall my command, and I will say actually try to change type to that long message. And now that I do that, you don't see the word type anymore. Now it has changed to new message. Now everywhere that is going to find type is going to change it to new message. New message user pretty much like everywhere. So it's a way like to filter a file, and then you can transform it. You can look for something particular and decide to change it automatically and stuff like that. Like imagine if you have maybe a file that have like 100,000 words, and you want to modify something in there. You're going to take all day to do that. But the set command uses magic to make it something pretty uh, simple and unique. Mind you, when I did that command, it didn't affect the original file. Like if I still cut the audio, it didn't affect the original file. The file is still there. I still see my tab here. If I want to do that, then when I do the set, I need to put the dash I. So if I push the dash I, now it's going to modify the file and change everything. But you need to be very careful, because you can modify like that by mistake. Something might happen. That's why, again, you can do dash period BAK. Just mean as you are creating that file, make a backup of it at the same time. So we have the backup of our original file here. If we cut that, cut audit, the backup here. That is the original file here, but you know the file that we just made the change on it is still gonna be there in case like if you have made a mistake or maybe something happened, you can just get back into it and fix all the error you went through. Also, let's move on another command here that's going to be cut. CUT. As the name means, like we use the word cut to, filter or either remove something out of the file that we want. For example, we're going to use our same file object thing, and here I decide I want to cut it. Just give me only the first line, and we see. For that, I will use my cut command. I will say cut here, and I want you to cut like the second yeah, let's start with the second thing on the line on the file audit. And to precise that I'm trying to cut the second, I will put the second word, I will put the that's it, for example. And here it's only giving me the second character of everything. Like, you know, it's only give me the second character of every line. And the second character here is what? Is E. The second character of every line here is E. That's what I'm getting. Here, if we do on this case again, I guess I opened the wrong file, but if we do it again, it's going to be W. So if I say cut, give me the character string, here now we are getting only the W. It's kind of like a way to cut and filter the file and kind of look and go for what you want. Like all those commands that we have been talking about, you know that you can always do either the man on it or you can do the cut uh, dash dash help to go more in depth with those commands. So in this case, for example, if I say like I want to filter, like I want to have a filter like a more bigger word, for example, I can say like cut. I'm using the filter. D will stand for filter. Here I'll put I forget the name of this table there, excuse me. When I put a space, it just means like filter it by spaces. And then when you filter by spaces, give me the first field or that file audit, right? Like filter by spaces, give me the first field. When I press enter, look at what you give me all the way onto where the paste was. Little bit, it's a little bit the way the up command was working, but here it's kind of go more in depth. Like if I want to filter this more, and I say give me only the first size of it. That's why it's giving me this. But if I have said here like maybe I wanted to see the field, the second field, that means it's going to give me what come after it, right? And in this case, for example, I could say on the first field here, let me see what is there. I want the filter to be the equal. So the filter has to be equal. So everywhere that you're going to see the equal, that's where I want you to divide that word where you're going to see the equal. So that's why it's called for the filter, the D. So here we only see new messages everywhere, and if I would say, give me the second field, then you would have gave me what come after the equal, you know. Now it gives me one come after the equal. So if I say I want the filter to be maybe underscore here, when I press enter, it gives me everything until this. I put the second field. So after the underscore, this is what I get. But if I call it back, and this is what I get until the second underscore, I believe that's what it is. So until the second underscore. But if I say give me the first field here, boom, this is what we get onto where the underscore stops. So that's how you can use the cut command, and how you can do some more fun stuff about it. The following command is going to be the sort command. this one is gonna be like a pretty easy. Let's say I think the best way I can show it will be um, when I did this. We say we want to filter by space. This is what we get, and then here I'm going to use my pipe command. I will say sort like basically just organize everything that you gave out, and then it put everything like in a group. All these guys come in the same group like this. Like these guys are all in the same group. Like everywhere that you see the stop here, all these the stop come in the same group and all those things. So like the sort just make it like you know you can just see what it does by yourself. Make it look more make stuff look like more neat so you can have a better rhythm visibility of what you're looking for. Um, and like also you can always do your man on the sort command to uh, to have the best of all these features. But the main thing that how you're going to see how sort is being used is kind of this like this. The last command that we're going to talk is going to be unique. So unique command, what it does, like it's going to print out a single line. So we have like earlier we did the sort, everything went up like uniquely or pretty nice and stuff. Next we say I want it to be unique. This thing I know they come like I mean 4 line. I already know that they're gonna come like as a 4 line, but I will say, hey, just show me that one time. I don't want to see that those things repeat to me many times like that. And when I'm gonna press enter, all those words, all the duplicate gonna go over. It's only gonna show me just one time. And if I say like a unique dash C for count, here is gonna tell me like this line come come like 3 times. This line also show up 3 times. This one show like 8 times. This line show like 39 times and stuff like that. So it's kind of make you like a very nice way how to look at things, how to be more in depth with your file, so that when you're gonna open a big file like this, with a lot of stuff that basically doesn't mean nothing when you look at the first side. Now here you can try to like scream it down and go to the also or like all those type of things. Like if you look at it, it's gonna be I'm pretty sure here maybe there's the SSH. I would say hey grep like do a grep on SSH on that file audit. Basically I want to see like how many people has used the SSH command to log in on my file. And here it's going to show you everywhere that you see SSH Gene and all the stuff is kind of give you an idea already that probably the SSH command was typed, or maybe like in this case, Uniq has done something about SSH, and that's how you want to go down further. Like when you see here like a UID, which we know that this is for the like root user or something like that, you can screen your file more. Like where you say like here root user, you can say just me show only show me where your root user belong to, and give you a more and easier way to play with your file and being more mindful of what you are reading and stuff. So guys, play with those. I believe it's 5 or 6 commands. Play with that. We're gonna have some homework, and then by the end of the day, I hope you're gonna be more comfortable on how to use this command and screen down more our file in the Linux environment. All right, have fun.